Hey, fellow babies. Welcome to Pachter Factor live on SIFTD.net. If you are a Patreon patron or a YouTube subscriber, you are keeping us afloat. So thank you for your generous donations. Keep that up. Shane needs the money just to be able to keep producing this stuff, and it's not very much money we're asking for. Whether you are a donor or not, a patron or not, please try to remember to link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. That is free for you. It costs you absolutely nothing. You are sticking it to Amazon. You're already paying for that as part of your $139.99 a year Amazon Prime subscription. So they pay Shane, and you're actually going to be able to take about $30 out of their pocket and give it to Shane if you can remember to re-up this every month. So please check out the instructions on how to do that in the show description below. Okay, so today's topic for Pachter Factor Live, what the hell is Microsoft doing? They have jacked up the price of the Xbox literally by $150 or more per console from the launch prices 5 years ago. So if you remember, the Xbox launched in November of 2020, Xbox Series, at 500 plus, 500 for the cheapie, now 650. What are they thinking? Prices are supposed to come down. What's going on? It's so bad that major retailers aren't even carrying it anymore. What does that mean? Well, what it means is that Orange Man bad tariffs are screwing up everything for everybody. Microsoft has decided they are not going to eat it. So I just want to highlight that the president has said, hey, tariffs don't really go to the consumer because the manufacturers will eat it. Not Microsoft, one of the most valuable companies on the planet. They're fully passing through the cost of tariffs. They don't care about selling retail units, so they're raising the price knowing that's going to drop demand. And retailers are saying, we're seeing no demand for this thing at $500. We aren't going to see any demand at $650. That makes sense. So we're not going to waste our shelf space on Xbox. What does it mean? Is the console dead? By and large, yes. It means that Microsoft has made a calculation that they don't really care if you buy an Xbox or not. They'd be very happy if you buy Game Pass on your PC and if you play it somehow on your TV, but you won't. Ultimately, I think they're going to figure out connected TV and get Game Pass on all TVs. But again, it requires kind of an interesting setup. It's really hard right now to sign up for Game Pass and stream everything directly to a TV. You can do it if you have one of the TVs that they're in partnership with, like Samsung. But they are getting past worrying about selling consoles. And let me remind you of the console manufacturer's business plan. The console manufacturer business plan since 1985 is sell you a console at cost, give or take, even at a loss if you're the PS3 back in 2006. Sell you a console at cost or at a loss, and then sell you lots of first-party software and even more third-party software. And on first-party software, they get big margins, obviously. But on third-party software, they collect a royalty. And that royalty, let's just go with the digital one. For digital downloaded software, is 30%. So a $70 game, you buy FIFA or Madden, and I know it's not called FIFA anymore, or Call of Duty or whatever. The manufacturer gets 30%, $21 of a $70 sticker price. So their idea is, gosh, if we can sell 100 million consoles and those people buy 4 pieces of software a year, we're selling 400 million pieces of software every year at $21. We're making $800 million a year. That's the model to make money. So the console manufacturers cared very much about getting the biggest installed base possible because people who own consoles tend to buy software. Microsoft moved away from that shortly after, right around when the Xbox Series launched, and started emphasizing Game Pass. I think they've managed that very poorly. They've jacked the price up of Game Pass before it got a big enough installed base to justify that. Compare and contrast that to Netflix, who waited until their install base was 100 million before they raised price.
This episode of Pachter Factor is brought to you by DeShazer Ryan Realty. It's time to find out why everyone is buying homes in Montana. Right now, Doug DeShazer has a beautiful single-level home with a triple-car garage available in the best neighborhood in Libby, Montana. This custom 3-bed, 2.5-bath home has a 500-square-foot patio for entertaining. It's built to last with solid wood core doors, Anderson windows, an asphalt driveway, central AC and heat, and a private well to run its sprinkler system. The price was recently reduced And owner financing is available with 20% down. No matter where you're looking to buy in the US, Doug DeShazer is licensed to help. Make him your real estate consultant at 406-291-1643. That's Doug DeShazer at 406-291-1643, or go to LibbyMontanaRealestate.com.
So again, I think they're trying to make this so expensive to own a console that you'll buy Game Pass and do it on your PC. Again, dumb. The way to do this is get it on connected TV. There is a way to do that. I'm not going to share that secret with you now. I'm trying to get Microsoft to pay me to explain it to them, and they will. But bottom line is, I think connected TV is the future, and I think that Microsoft knows that connected TV is the future. They are getting away from the console business, and they say, you want a console? Pay us what it costs us to make. That number is now $650. Why is it $650? Because these components are largely sourced from foreign countries, and the manufacturers absolutely in foreign countries, and Trump's tariffs are all over the place. No one can figure out what to charge, so they're jacking up the price, call it 30%, because that's kind of worst case what it's costing them to make it, and they're not going to eat any more cost in delivering a console to you. So have they given up in the console wars? They absolutely have. Are you going to be, as a PlayStation fanboy, the winner? Your team won? Yeah, you are. Who cares? The future is not consoles. Consoles are going to be around forever, but this cycle, by definition, because of Microsoft, is going to be smaller than last cycle. Microsoft has no prayer of getting to 100 million consoles, not at 650. My guess is Microsoft's going to end this cycle at 35 to 50 million consoles. The cumulative cycle, ignore the Switch for a second, is going to be under 200 million consoles, and that is way smaller than any cycle we've had ever since 2000. So console gaming is on the way out. Do I think it's going to die? No. There will always be people who really, really want to play a game on a console. It will be faster, better graphics, everything more convenient. But the future is connected TV gaming for single player games. Microsoft is going to shift its focus, I believe, on Game Pass to more single player games that you can stream from the cloud and you don't worry about latency. Ultimately, I think Microsoft is really betting its future on reaching the 3 or 4 billion connected TVs out there that can ultimately play games and not worrying about whether they sell an extra 50 million consoles. So they've given up on the console business. They are passing the price through to consumers. The next generation of consoles, assuming it launches while Trump is president, assuming Congress remains hamstrung and unable to stop him and yank his tariff power, the next round of consoles are going to be $900, $1,000. And I think they're going to just bomb consistently. Will we see a PlayStation, in 2026 or 7? Probably. Will it be $900? Probably. Did you see the Rogue Ally pricing? $599 to $999, depending on how much storage you want. Oh my God! So a Rogue Ally. Imagine if you want to get a Xbox Series and a Rogue Ally, you're up around $1,300 to $1,500. You can even think about that. That's crazy. Buy a Switch. You can do the same thing with a Switch. I don't get it. I think it's a very cool device that maybe 5 million people will buy. It's not going to be a big seller. This is the PSP or the Vita, Redux. So again, it's cool to see that Microsoft is coming up with innovative, great hardware, but no one's going to buy it. And so if nobody buys it, does it even matter? It does not. Microsoft is all in on Game Pass. How are they going to fix Game Pass? Well, they have to get off the $20 price point, because even if you don't have a console and you just want to play games, single player games on your TV, $20 a month is a lot. That's a non-gamer who wouldn't otherwise buy even one game. How are you going to get them to pay roughly the cost of 4 games to for the privilege of playing Game Pass? They're going to have to come up with a $5 subscription that has ads or something. They're going to have what I think you're going to end up with is a $5 subscription with lots of free games that are fun and old, and then a $10 subscription that gets you games that are a year old, and then a $20 subscription that gets you new releases. So they'll come up with something that'll tier the pricing and that will get people to sign up, but they are over the console business. So again, they won't acknowledge this. This is my spin, Pachter Factor Live. This is what I think. Xbox is on its way to dying. Will there be a next-gen Xbox? Probably, but it's going to be $1,000. And I think Microsoft will make it and hope they sell 10 million and not really care. And possibly for $900, you know, as an intro price, they'll give you a year free Game Pass or something. As far as shelf space at retail, you know, Microsoft's screwing this up and getting Costco and Walmart to kick them off the shelves. Will they ever get it back? Probably not. The consoles will probably still be for sale on the .coms of these various retailers. Consumers don't really need the console to be on the shelf. It's not like people don't know there's a game console out there. If they want one, they know how to get it on Amazon. So I don't really think it's an impediment to sales. But like I said, I think the Xbox is dying a very rapid death because they're just losing any interest by raising the price. So again, you'll be able to find one if you want one. I don't think console sales are going to pick back up at retail until they cut the price. When they cut the price to $300, $200, maybe Walmart will carry it again. I don't think it matters. Let's wrap it for this week's Pachter Factor. I want to thank our Patreon patrons and our YouTube subscribers. You are keeping Shane afloat, so keep it up. Whether you are subscribing or a patron or not, please remember to link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. That has to be redone every month. It is free. You stick it to Amazon. You force them to pay Shane. You pay nothing. You already paid. If you have a Prime account, you're paying for free shipping, and they're going to pay Shane $250 a month. So get $30 of value by re-upping that every month. There are instructions in the show description below. You have to redo it every month. So do it, please. Get Shane that $250. Stick it to Amazon. My fellow babies, thank you for watching Pachter Factor yet again live, and we will see you next week.